Yes, that's good. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin. We'll start with you first, Darryl. First of all, for people who don't know, you are a Marion High School graduate, and this is your first visit to the Olympics, so it's got to be certainly exciting.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
Mhm.
Something that has been a goal of mine for the past 5 years, coming
Right.
out of high school. Even I was going to go to Olympic trials, but I ended up not. So being able to go there and compete and make the team my first time, it's a blessing.
Right, right. And you actually placed second at the Olympic trials,
I
and,
did.
and your jump was 7 feet and 7.75 inches.
Yeah, 7 foot 7 3/4.
Right. Yeah. Okay. And I was actually looking over an interview that you had with, I believe, a news station down in Tennessee regarding your friend Aaron Porter, who, for those who are unfamiliar, was killed in a car crash in 2018. So, kind of tell us a little bit about how you're honoring him and how his memory is special to you as you go into the Olympics.
It was very special. Being an only child and growing up, he was a brother to me. He is a brother to me. So when that happened, it messed me up for a little bit. But instead of dealing with it the wrong way and allowing it to affect things off the track, I just use it as motivation because him as a track athlete as well, I knew that's what he would wanted me to do, and I just want to live through him kind of thing. So I just wanted to make sure I put that in his motivation. And I got a tattoo that says "Strive for Greatness." AP3. That was one of his big things, and AP3 was his nickname. So anything and everything I do, I just want to dedicate that to him. When I step up to jump on all my marks, I put AP3. I've been doing that ever since he passed away. And I'm really close to this family, so I just want to let that legacy live on.
Mhm.
And just make sure I keep in my heart and my mind at all times, because I do believe he's one of the reasons why I'm here, including my family and all my supporters and hard work. But it's just another thing that keeps me going.
Yeah, and he was a track and field star at Marion High School as well.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Absolutely. Right.
And whenever I was home, we were just always together. Like the summer before the summer, we hung out, and then when we came to school when he passed away, we thank God we were together almost every day, every weekend, hanging out. So whenever I came home, is one of the reasons why I wanted to come home, is because he was there and I'd have somebody to train with, hang out with.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, now I'll switch gears temporarily to Deanna. We'll come back to you in just a second. For those who don't know, she is an SIU graduate, and she placed third in the hammer throw during the 2016 Olympic trials and eighth in the Summer Olympics in Rio. But you've actually broken your own record, right?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I do want to speak real quick. I am very sorry that you lost your friend. I like it started making me cry because I was just sitting there. I was like, I couldn't imagine the loss that you had to overcome with that. That's amazing that you're able to carry his memory with you. I think that's phenomenal. And that is one of the biggest things that I love about athletes is those relationships that you build. So I'm really, really happy for that you're able to just live with his memory. And I think that's great. And I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
went to Olympic trials, coming in from 2016, I was ranked pretty well going in 2016, and me and Gwen, we both made it. It was amazing. We both threw 73.09. She had the second best mark, so she got second. I got third, two Salukis, and then we did it again, two Salukis again. And it's been great. Southern Illinois is really representing, and I love it so much.
Now, I was looking back, I believe, on some of your records back when you were still in high school and you were doing the hammer throw. And it's just amazing that, at that age, you have that much strength to get the hammer that far. So for those who don't know, how do you discover that you're good at something like this?
It's just trying something new. You never know what you're good at. You try, I did softball, basketball, volleyball, track. I did everything. I was actually running the 800 whenever I was introduced into throwing events. I only weighed like 145 pounds at the time. Way, like that's like another whole life. Now I'm like rocking at the 220s. And, now I sit there and without those experiences, I couldn't be where I am today. So now I'm sitting here and, I got introduced into the hammer by a gentleman named Gary Cooper. and he was about 55 years old. And he came up to me and he's like, I want you to come to my house. I want to show you something. I was like, I don't know you, so I don't know. That's weird.
Right.
And he's like, I want you to throw the hammer. Well, I'm thinking like hammer, not like,
Right.
this thing. And I remember going to his house and he shows up with this 8.8-pound ball on a 3-foot 11-inch wire. This man loves track and field. Like he had a throwing ring in his front yard. He cleared out all the trees. It put down some lines. At the time to the road, I think it was only 210 feet at the time. And I only had altogether about 3 months of training the hammer before college. And our like motto was throw for the road. So after I graduated, I decided to take a partial scholarship here to SIUC. They have a fantastic throwing program. And after that, Mr. Cooper, he ended up starting a sports club called Throw for the Road. Yeah, really cool.
Yeah. Now, something I also want to touch on, you were actually an all-state softball player. You're a native of Missouri. Then you moved over to Southern Illinois. So yeah, just putting that out there. You hammer throws.
Yeah. They got rid of softball in the Olympics. Like, what do I like? I love softball, and I've been playing it since I was 5. And yeah, and SIU, they had a fantastic accounting program, and their throwers are known just as notorious powerhouses. And I remember going in, I was like, I want to be like them. And now it's just great because it's just this tradition that we just keep building and building here at SIU. And that's what I love. That now I'm a volunteer coach here at the university, and I have all my cute little kids with me. And I'm getting up there. I'm now 28, which makes me feel really, really old. But I'm now teaching kids that were born in like 2003, and I'm like, what?
Right. Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, I always say my mother's actually in the education field, and it's always so weird, in cases like that where you're teaching people, of that age, and it makes you feel a little bit wiser, I guess.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, I would say I have the mentality of like a 5-year-old. I'm always like super energetic and excited, and there's times I have to kind of reel back and be like, I am the adult. So.
Now, something else I want to touch on with both of you, it was actually just announced today, no fans at the Olympics. So
Ooh.
what's your reaction to that? We'll start with Deanna if you want to.
Oh, me. Okay.
Yeah.
No fans. Well, it's going to be hard. It's definitely going to be hard because like when you have that energy and that excitement from the crowds, I was really, really excited whenever they opened up the Olympic trials, because having everybody standing on that ramp and like cheering and getting excited, it adds that little extra oomph to make it very realistic. But I completely understand the reasons and concerns of why there's absolutely no fans. That I think in Japan, there's only 8% that's vaccinated. So making sure that keeping the athletes safe and also keeping, the country safe in itself, from an athlete point of perspective, you want the fans, you want the energy, but logistics, I understand. And it's just going to have to be a mentality where you're going to have to switch and be like, okay, you get in there, you do your job, be hyper-focused, and let's get it done.
Right, absolutely. Now, Darryl, what is your kind of reaction to that announcement today?
I don't know. I don't really necessarily feel any type of way about it. Of course, it's great to have the fans there, but this is something that, we've been working toward as athletes for the past 4 or 5 years. So to go there and, it's just another obstacle we have to overcome. It's nice to be able to have the fans and that energy. But I believe, with the athletes, we're all going to, rally around each other and understand that we just going to have to bring that energy ourselves, because it's not really going to be there in the stadium. So regardless of whether the fans are there or not, I still plan on going out there and competing to the best of my abilities and bringing that energy. And I'm sure everyone else is as well. But of course, it is nicer to have the fans and get the clap going. At the trials, it was wonderful. It was one of the best environments I ever been in, besides when I was at SIU my senior year. But yeah, it was definitely a great environment.
Right, absolutely. Now, one other thing I did want to touch on, one thing that you do not want to happen at this point, and this goes for any Olympic athlete, is injuries. So how are you guys working to prevent things like that while still practicing at the same time? You can go first if you'd like, Darryl.
Well, honestly, it's just managing after the Olympic trials and it being so late in the season and being a jumper. I have, minor aches and pains in my lower extremities, but it's really just managing. Like when we got back, I had a week off and now I'm kind of getting back into things. So it's really up to the coach and being communicating openly with him. A big thing about being on this level is just making sure you manage, because a lot of people at this point in time in the season are going to be having a lot of injuries and a lot of aches and pains. But I'm blessed to not have had an indoor season and then be able to manage the way I am and just be healthy. Honestly, I feel great. There's some minor things, but it is what it is. You just got to deal with it and make it happen.
Yeah. Now, Deanna, you've had your fair share of injuries, so you have lots of experience in the injury field. So how are you working to prevent that from happening this time?
I have a wonderful staff. So what I do is I actually have a personal functional movement guy that I see. He's at Bloomington, Indiana. He actually came with me 2 trials, and he definitely, whenever, for some reason, when I get to peaking out and feeling really, really good, my body will, it kind of goes in like self-destruction mode, where it's just like, it's so amped and ready to go that muscles will just start like pulling or getting weird on me. And so it's basically, especially whenever breaking that 80-meter barrier, your body is just like so amped, so excited. And then we have to be able to put it back into a base, because I can't maintain at that level for over a month. It's not going to happen. That's how you're going to get hurt and you're going to get injured. So, listening, like he said, listening to your coach, making sure you're very communicative on how you're feeling. When I was going through the program here, I didn't really take care of my body as well as I should have. It was more just like, I am strong, I will lift heavy things, and I will throw far. But, I wasn't really maintaining the back end of that. So now it is, I wake up every morning, I'm making sure what I'm eating, how I'm sleeping. I was diagnosed with celiac disease, so no gluten for me. Also a little bit dairy sensitive. So, it's finding these little key elements that's going to give me that edge of making sure that my body is 100% ready for this competition. And, husband has been just this huge force of amazingness. And he's like, has everything planned out every minute of every day of how I'm going to do something. And, just so I don't get overwhelmed, so I can primarily focus on what I need to do and how I need to do it and how I can execute.
Yeah. All righty. Well, other than that, I think that's about all I have. Just on a personal standpoint, everyone in Southern Illinois obviously is very proud of both of you, and we're going to be rooting you on, Gwen, Darryl, and Deanna, all 3 of you.
Well, like Raven was here also in Southern for a year. Jessica Ramsey, actually another shot putter. We have some like people who have been through kind of our program, and Southern Illinois is representing, and I love it. And Darryl, I'm so excited. When I was watching you, I was like, yeah, go.
Oh, thank you. Hey, was there a moment when you went to Marion and you lifted one day?
Yeah, yes.
No, that was so long ago, and I remember you coming in, and of course, I don't know if I was a junior or sophomore at that moment. They're like, she can throw really far. She can bench like 300, 400 pounds. I'm just sitting there looking like, okay, cool. But
it's
cool.
You guys were awesome. Like the guys were so cool, and the girls were like, well, we're females, we can't do that. And I was like,
yeah.
Wait, I'm a girl. Like,
that's dope, man. This is crazy how life comes full circle sometimes.
I know, I love it. Oh my gosh. Well, I was sitting there and I was like, I feel like such a creep because I like stalk. I was like, there's my little Southern Illinois baby. I was like, oh my gosh.
Okay. Well, yeah. Other than that, I think that's about all I have. I want to thank both of you. I know you're very busy preparing for the Olympics. Have a safe trip to Tokyo, and we're all going to wish you the very best. So thanks so much for joining us, and have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thank you as well.
Yeah.